I've always been an advocate of learn something, keep trying to make yourself better. I'll always say, even in the midst of confusion, even when you don't really know the exact skill or exact thing to do for yourself, even when you don't know the perfect skill that is suitable for you, I will always be an advocate of just pick one thing and learn. Or you can watch your environment and look at the things that other people are doing, your mates are doing, people higher than you, people you feel you want to, or someone you aspire to be like tomorrow, something he or she is doing. You can actually look at what that person is doing and try to use it to develop your own self or become better for yourself or start it as a career. Even when you start it and you feel like it's not really working out for you, you can easily switch to something better and something you feel like, okay, I can actually try this out and I feel it's going to resonate well for me. This is just like you trying to like keep developing or keep growing in your career, your life, and keep on being better for yourself. I always preach this, especially to the girls, because most times the boys, it's as if the boys or men figure themselves out easily, or try to like get an idea of what they want to do tomorrow or in future easier than we ladies or we girls. So I am always on the path that even if you're confused, you don't know the right career, the right path to follow to better your life, that you should just pick up something and keep learning anything handy, anything you feel like you can learn to take care of yourself and become better for yourself. I'm always an advocate of you doing that. So this is just like me trying to share with you, encourage you, but at the same time trying to document some of my processes or some of the things I've been up to lately and the things I'm learning for myself to become better for myself and to develop and keep getting better for myself. So I want to like use this opportunity to document my process and to also use that as a way of encouraging you to, you know, try out something and even though you don't make use of it, just try it and don't always forget that no knowledge is a waste. If you learn it now, you might not make use of it now, but it might be handy or it might be of a perfect use or a good use for you tomorrow, depending on where you're going to find yourself. So, documenting my own process, I want to share with you some of the things I've been up to lately and the things I've been learning, and I'm going to also make use of now and later in the future. So I I've been packing a whole lot of things doing for myself. It's not like it's intentional, but I said to myself, instead of not doing it at all or saying tomorrow I'll do it, keep on procrastinating, because I won't lie. I know myself, it's not hard for me to procrastinate. And I think there are some people that are also like that. If I don't do something now and I say I'm going to do it tomorrow, I might end up not doing it tomorrow. And you know how the word is. A problem of today or a problem of now, if not solved and transferred to be solved tomorrow, you might not end up solving it, or you might end up solving it tomorrow and the problem of tomorrow will no longer be solved. So anything that you feel like you're supposed to do something now or you're supposed to do that particular thing now, I feel like you should just start it up and start doing it, and instead of saying let me leave it and do it tomorrow, because tomorrow has its own problem. So I feel like I packed a whole lot of things for myself to start doing right now, which is not easy for me, but I am grateful to God for helping me, and I'm grateful to myself for, trying to push myself to doing that. So, on the long run, I have virtual assistants at home. My close cousin is a virtual assistant, and I feel like this is what I want to learn. I feel like I want to learn it, and I felt like it's going to be of good use for me tomorrow, because you don't know where you're going to find yourself. I don't know where I'm going to find myself tomorrow. And like I said, no knowledge is a waste, and I think I love that. And I've been this type of person that love writing, so I felt I can learn being a virtual assistant and probably dive into content writing and or probably become a social media manager, virtual social media manager tomorrow. So I dived into learning how to become a virtual assistant, learning it from my cousin, but registered though with her help, registered online. Though I used Udemy, I registered on Udemy to learn how to become a virtual assistant. She helped me with the processes of that registration and most important things I needed for that registration. So I registered, and since she is already into the system, anything I found difficult or not easy to understand, I always go back to her and be like, okay, I am not really understanding this part. Can you put me through? What is the actual meaning of this particular thing? Okay, see what I'm doing. Am I doing the right thing? And I suppose I would just wanted her to teach me, how to become a VA. But with what she said, it's only what she know that she can teach me. And the process of all these things is it's better to look at it and understand it. Unless I'm just willing to sit down and be looking at what she's doing, which is actually going to be like a part of you being a VA. It's not going to be like the complete guide or complete process of how virtual assistant works. So she advised and also put me through on going to learn it directly from you know a a a class or a trainer. So she advised and she helped me register it on Udemy. So I started the registration. I've completed the first class, and right now, she owns a business known as Zenny Virtual. You can go and look through it. So I became social media strategist for the for her new company. So that is like a process of I am learning and I'm also putting it to work what I'm learning from the courses I'm doing. So I'm still learning the courses because it's not one particular course of a virtual assistant that I registered on Udemy. I registered up to how many? You can start with one, you can start with two, depending. So I registered up to I think three or four. Um, Total guide of how to become a virtual assistant and content creation training as well. So I am learning that. I'm still on the process. I'm still learning how to become a virtual assistant to become perfect and know the at least the basic things I'm supposed to know on it so that even when I start, though I've started, but as I continue, I will not find it difficult on anything. And there's no knowledge that is a waste. And I feel like as you're learning, as you're working, when you at least if you learn the basics, as you start working, you keep on learning more. You cannot just say, okay, I've learned. Let me just, you keep on seeing things according to even what she told me, and I found out that that's actually how this thing works. As you learn at least the basics, as you're working, you keep on realizing that there are a lot more to learn. So the best thing you could do for yourself is to keep on learning. So that is what I did, and that is what I'm still doing. I'm still learning from Udemy. I'm still learning from her, asking questions when needed, and I'm also working for her as a um, social media strategist. And I'm also planning to start um, pitching for work and start doing something and start working with it. I will start working there and to keep on learning to become a better virtual assistant. So I've not started searching for work online or to start registering to some platforms like um what's the name, Fiverr, Upwork. Though the particular platform I plan to register on is Fiverr. I feel like Upwork is kind of oversaturated, though that doesn't mean you cannot still find work there. You can, but I just feel like it's oversaturated for beginners. And again, I want to also I joined some virtual assistant groups on Facebook, so I feel like I can also get jobs from there. And I'm also on LinkedIn and started searching for opportunities yet to start working for a client as a virtual assistant yet because I feel like I want to learn more, but at the same time, no need to procrastinate and keep on waiting. So if I am, I've started building my portfolio, and once I'm done with that, I will register on Fiverr and start seeking for opportunities to work for an external client. Though I'm already working for her in her new business, but to also pitch like go in to look for external clients to keep on developing myself and to practice my knowledge, the knowledge I've already gotten from the one I've done. So this is like the beginning. I started this how many I think I started it this 2 months ago, and like I said, I'm still learning and I'm also working right now because I feel like as you're learning and you're not putting in the work, it will make you just to be learning without practicing, and you learning without practicing. Believe me, I don't think you're going to be perfect enough to do it when you are done or like totally done learning. So apart from learning to become a virtual assistant, I also went to learn another thing on how to become a procurement officer. You all know that I am working as an administrative assistant in the company I'm working with right now. So I want to develop myself more to not to remain as an assistant or administrative assistant. I want to like go higher into becoming something better. So from advice from the company, I went to register to join myself and become a procurement officer for my company. I started that almost the time I started learning to become a virtual assistant. That was the time I also started this my training of planning to become a procurement officer. So, and in the training, it's not just I'm not just going to come out with just as a procurement officer or certificate for procurement. I'm also going to come out with um, three other certification, become procurement and logistic, studying about procurement and logistics management and supply chain management. So all these things I'm doing is just to develop myself and to become better. It's as if I pushed myself on my content creation because I won't lie, it's not really been easy combining all these processes and working also on feel like here as a 9 to 5 person. It has not really been easy learning two different things, working and also doing some other personal stuff. And I wanted to be doing my content creation at home, but I think I've said this before, it has not always been easy. Um Focusing on my content creation at home. I am not saying alone, so some things comes as a means of distraction. So and I'm not really this type of person that once I start talking, I don't want external bodies to keep on entering because most of my content are not scripted. I say it from my heart. I say it from my own idea and my own personal views. Like this one is just like a documentary about my life recently. So imagine scripting that is not going to it's not going to flow. So most of my contents are not scripted. So I don't like the situation of me talking or discussing with you guys and external bodies are entering. It's very much distracting and I might not be able to like bounce back to the next thing I want to talk about. So creating my content at home has not really been easy. So I kind of stopped. So another thing I'm even thinking of that's part of the reasons I just feel like getting my own place. But I won't lie, cost of living is actually dealing with the living. You get getting my own rent, my own space. It's not easy. It's quite expensive, and I know how much I have right now. And when you're the one funding and taking care of yourself, some things are not really easy to handle. I am good and I'm happy where I am, but I feel like it's not helping me. The environment I am is good for me, everything is fine, but I feel like it's not helping me with the things I actually want to do for myself and achieve, especially in the aspect of this content creation. Creating a content, okay, like I'm at work right now, someone might walk in and it's also distracting, but here is more peaceful and convenient enough to create my content more than at home. At home is quite distracting, but at home is like the best place to actually stay for content. So that's one of the reasons I'm trying to know if I can get my own place. But I have this fear. I'm trying to beat that fear. I have this fear of the unknown and fear of, getting my own space and not really being able to keep up. But I know I will. I know I will keep up, but I still have that fear in me. You get. So that is it for now. I think from now going forward, I'll keep on gisting you and telling you about the whole process where I am able to reach in my trainings, both as a virtual assistant and in my training as trying to become a procurement officer and all that. If you are also this type of person that has been trying to like develop yourself, just look around you and check for a skill that you can actually learn or anything that you can actually start for yourself. It's better to start now than to keep on waiting. You don't know what's waiting for you tomorrow. There are so many things to also do by tomorrow. So you can start this big idea or this beautiful idea that has already entered your mind. You can actually start it right now and let's keep growing and grow with each other. Like I said, I started the journey of trying to become a virtual assistant, which I've started doing already before creating this video for you, and also started the journey of learning how to become a procurement officer for my company. Or that is also to like develop my CV and to increase myself, go higher and for a better pay. You get. So don't sit at a place. Keep on growing and keep on developing yourself. So like I said, I'll keep on documenting my process here, and this is my first story. I wanted to even stop this content creation, but I love it, and I know that you are going to also learn from my gist, from things I'm sharing and all that. So come back next time, and I'll keep on giving you information about my process. And even when I'm done with the classes, when I start working, I'll also keep on telling you about how it's going, how life have been, and how I've been trying to develop myself and become better for myself. So like I said, I wanted to stop this content creation, but I love it, and I feel like it's a good way of documenting your life, and you know, the process, how you have been through these years, and things you have learned, things you have been through, passed through, and how well you have grown to become a better person for yourself and for your life. So look for something, like I said, and start learning. Let's grow together. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not. And I'm happy I'm trying for myself, and I'll be happy if you tell me too that you have started for something for yourself, and you're trying to become a better version of yourself, and you're trying to grow. So I would love it if you're here next time to also receive the information I want to tell you and share with you about my journey, about myself. See you in my next video.